Piggle Wiggle.
Did you sleep well?
Like a log.
Of course you would. Morning tea.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, the mailman is here. He's climbing up the side of the house now. Oh, bills, electricity bill, water bill, telephone bill, duck bill, bills. It never rains, but it pours. Oh, more bills. Gas bill, Senate bill. Buffalo Bill. Oh, here's a postcard from Mr. Piggle Wiggle.
Oh, how wonderful. Please read it. Yeah.
Dear Piggle, I am fine. How are you? Love, Wiggle.
Where's it from?
It doesn't say.
When was it sent?
There's no date. So like my Wiggle. No extraneous verbiage, right to the point. No long, boring, descriptive paragraphs. He's the perfect correspondent.
I always enjoy hearing from him. After all, it was Mr. Piggle Wiggle who discovered me when I was a mere sapling growing in innermost Borneo. I was a misunderstood sprout, mocked by the other trees for growing hats instead of leaves. Yes, young vegetables can be so cruel. But Mr. Piggle Wiggle rescued me and nurtured my hat-making talents, and for that, he earned my undying loyalty, my gratitude, and, of course, my hats.
Oh, Mr. Piggle Wiggle knows how to wear a hat.
Yeah. I can't do it. I'll fall. I'll crack my back and twist my ankles and stub my toes.
Come on. It's easy.
Nuh-uh. Cartwheels involve being upside down. I don't handle being upside down well.
There's nothing more terrific than being topsy-turvy. Oh, it gives one a whole new perspective on life. It's like walking on air. Oh, I recommend it.
Go ahead. Let go of your Loch Ness Monster and try it. Don't be a sissy.
I can't do a cartwheel. My self-confidence is shattered.
No, attaboy, Fetlock.
Isn't this a beautiful flower, Miss Piggle Wiggle? What's it called?
Forget me not. If you give it to a boy, he will never forget you. He can sail to Spain or far Tahiti, but you forever will be his sweetie.
Hey, Fetlock.
No, keep it away from me.
Noirbird alert! Noirbird alert! Silence, you foul-feathered fiend.
Hello, Norbert. Climb on in.
Bulletin, 1400 hours. Norbert Wainwright here, Chief Inspections Officer of Playground Standards and Children's Practices, filing this report. Charge number 1, assaulting an officer with a fence. Charge number 2, insufficient softness. Charge number 3, what are you doing?
Gardening. I'm planting my bulbs. I'm growing lamps this year.
Charge number 3, rural electrification. Improper use of hardware. Is this the lesson we wish to teach our children, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle? Appliance defiance?
Now, Norbert, home-grown appliances are far better than store-bought. Don't you agree?
I've caught you this time, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle. I'm going to... Norbert Wainwright here, Chief Inspections Officer of Playground Standards and Children's Practices. I'll be right there. Emergency call code 5. I'll be back.
Watch out below! Watch out below! Norbert is always so thoughtful. He knows exactly the right length for a social call. Well, I've finished planting my bulbs.
Too much sun. Lamps need shade.
You're absolutely right, Blackjack. We have to have an umbrella. Who better than a parrot to note the absence of a parasol? Melissa! We'll be right back.
What's the matter? Look looked at me. I told him not to, but he did anyways. He's looking at me again.
Oh, be quiet, you big crybaby.
I'm not a crybaby. I'm just having a bad day.
Why upside down?
Well, if it's right side up, it's merely an umbrella. This way it can be a bird bath or a satellite dish or an old swimming hole for small dogs or...
Mrs. Piggle Wiggle! Mrs. Piggle Wiggle! Look what I found!
My goodness, a gold doubloon.
But doubloons are old Spanish coins generally found in sunken galleons at the bottom of the Caribbean Sea. How could a treasure chest from a Spanish ship wind up in your backyard?
It could be related to the fact that Mr. Piggle Wiggle is a pirate, and he buried his pirate plunder in the backyard. And when my bank account runs low, I just get out my shovel and uncover some more treasure. I earn my money the old-fashioned way. I dig it up.
She's crying again.
She's a living sump pump.
It's a pirate ship.
The figurehead is Mrs. Piggle Wiggle.
A good likeness, don't you think?
So it's really true that there is pirate treasure buried in the backyard. Let's dig it up! Yay!
Oh, desist! Not your treasure, not your hoard.
Blackjack's right. It's Miss Piggle Wiggle's treasure, and we have no right digging it up.
You know, I have an outstanding number of bills outstanding, and my Piggle bank is nearly empty, and withdrawing from my savings is very hard on my arm. So, I will give a doubloon to every boy and girl who digs up gold.
It's a rather puny pirate ship.
It was taking up such room in the backyard. Mr. Piggle Wiggle had it freeze-dried. Oh, I keep it in the shed so it won't get wet, because you know what happens when you add water to things that are freeze-dried.
No, what happens?
Oh, I was hoping you knew. Mr. Piggle Wiggle left without leaving directions. That Wiggle.
But if Mr. Piggle Wiggle is a pirate, how come he left his pirate ship behind?
He's a trifle absent-minded.
Six little ducks that I once knew, fat, one skinny, one spare, one's two. But the one little duck with the feather on his back, he led the others with a quack, quack, quack. He led the others with a quack, quack, quack. He led... Oh, shiver me timbers. Oh, blast! My timbers is shivering again.
I hit something!
Come on, Pergola.
It's a treasure chest!
Pearls and rubies.
And sapphires! And
pay the utility bill. And in appreciation, here's a doubloon for you, and one for you, and one for you, and one for you.
Well, what about me?
Oh, I'm afraid I ran out.
Well, it's not fair. I wanted a doubloon. And Philip's looking at me again, and I can't do a cartwheel. My whole life is a meaningless mess.
Oh, she's like, well, faithful. She rips every 10 minutes.
Never fear, Piggle. I have something for you that's worth double a doubloon.
Am I teeing off at the 7th hole of the Bob Hope Classic?
No, you're not.
Oh, then it must have been a dream. Good night.
Howard, the hat tree! Wake up! I need a hat!
Then you come to the right place. If you'd needed a sweater, I would have been at a slight loss if you'd come to me and said, Howard, I need a double-breasted silk blazer with front flap pockets and chest welt pocket. I confess I would have been thrown for a loop. But hats I can handle. Hats I have. For I am a hat tree. Call me proud, call me shy, call me Howard. Now, what melody are you seeking to cure today?
Oh, a 50-gallon case of crybaby-itis.
In that case, may I suggest something waterproof? Possibly 60% cotton, 40% rayon, with perhaps a nautical theme. Select branch D, hat 14.
Oh, why, this is just like one of Mr. Pigglewiggle's hats.
I made all his pirate hats. I was his haberdasher.
I hope he comes back soon.
As do I. He's a pirate. Take him for all in all.
He was named Scourge of the Seven Seas 5 years in a row. Oh, I was so proud. Well, there is medicinal haberdashery to be done.
Use care, Mrs. Pigglewiggle. The crybaby cure can be highly volatile.
Come on, quickly! Just in case. You look perfectly piratical. Why don't you sing Yo Ho Ho and a bottle of root beer?
The other kids get doubloons, and I get a hat? This really isn't my day.
My gosh, look at Pergola. She's erupted.
Where's her main turn-off valve? Let's get the umbrella.
Excuse me, Piggle, but would you direct your tear ducts towards the garden? It needs a good watering.
She's got great water pressure.
Let's get out of here.
Pergola! Why are you crying?
Because I don't know. I just
Shiver me timbers! Shiver me damn timbers! Flash flood warning! Move to higher ground! Oh, shiver me waterlord timber!
I can't swim! I
on the high seas.
Do you know how to sail a boat?
I haven't the foggiest notion. I was hoping you did.
Ah, we're gonna drown! We're gonna drown!
Ahoy! Ahoy! Avast, me hearties, avast! Ahoy! 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 Me overboard! Me overboard!
Wiggle! Where have you been?
Underneath the backyard, me darling. I was lost at soil. I buried me treasure, all except the most valuable thing that I had. So I dug deep and I dug long. And I dug down to the center of the earth, but the tunnel was so long and so twisty that I had no idea of where I was. But I had always had a hankering for you, me dar. Oh, Piggle. Piggle. Well, shiver me heartstrings, gal.
Welcome home, Captain.
Ahoy, Blackjack! Ahoy! Oh, shiver me saggy shorts. I nearly paid a visit to Davy Jones' locker. The tunnel is filled with water, and I floated out more like a dead rat rather than a pirate captain. Piggle!
Oh, Mr. Piggle Wiggle, I'm afraid the flood came from me. I'm so sorry. I almost drowned you. It's all my fault. And I feel terrible.
Storm alert! Storm alert! Stop your caterwauling, lassie, or you'll raise a sou'wester.
I know I shouldn't cry, but I can't help it. It's what I do.
Highly suspect, highly irregular, highly Piggle Wiggle.
Help! Help! Help!
Wiggle! Cut on the red lines. Run on the bare poles. Put on a harbor furl.
You know how I love you when you talk like that, me darling.
Set the sea anchor.
All right. Oh, shiver me toss to and fro. Oh, we need a brave young scamp to go topsy-turvy, head over heels, and upside down to secure the anchor.
I'll do it.
Good for you, Pergola, leaping to volunteer.
Highly suspect, highly irregular, highly Piggle Wiggle.
Lassie!
I did it!
Yes, you did. What's this? Here, come on. Oh, shiver me whiteners and me brighteners. Oh, you not only secure the anchor, lassie, but you unclog the drain.
Pergola, you were so brave.
Don't thank me. I was the one who started the flood.
No, but you were the one that saved us too, lassie.
Why, look at my garden. The appliances are blooming. How romantic. It just shows you what a little water can do. They brighten up the yard, don't you think?
I can't believe it. We've just been sailing about this little yard. It looked like a huge ocean.
You know, tears have a magical way of making things bigger than they really are.
I see my house! I see my mother March!
She's waving at us. I think she's saying, get down from there.
But how?
Help! Help! Help us! Help! Hi, guys. Wasn't that fun?
Six little ducks that I once knew. Fat one's fair, one's little, one's two. One little duck with a feather on his back. He little with a quack, quack, quack.
Oh, my heart was soft and tender when you sing pirate to me. Oh.
Captain!
Ah,
Captain!
shiver me bad time on.
Mutiny! Mutiny!
Ahoy, Pete! What's poppin'?
Disaster on the high seas! The crew is refusing to wear their eye patches. And Black Bart is threatening to shave, and Snarling Sam was caught smiling on the job. The boys need you, Captain. They're falling apart.
Oh, I hate to leave you, lassie.
You have to go.
Aye.
You must go down to the sea again. The boys need you.
And before I set sail, there's something I gotta give you. It's my most valuable treasure. It's the thing I was burying when I got lost. It's the flower that you plucked and give me the day we first met.
Forget me not.
And if a lad gives it to you, you'll never forget him all the days of your life. He can sail to Spain or far up Tahiti, but you'll forever be his sweetie. Ah, shiver me bedtime and again.
Mr. Piggle Wiggle, you're leaving?
Oh, no. Stop right there, lass. Oh, no. I don't want to start the flooding all over again.
Maybe it would be easier if you told Mr. Piggle Wiggle how you feel instead of soaking him.
I'm gonna miss you, Mr. Piggle Wiggle.
Oh, you're a brave little sailor, lass, and I'd be proud to have you in my crew.
Thanks, but I'm afraid I have to stay and finish the first grade, though.
You're right. You're right. It takes a good education to be a good pirate. Well, it's time to go.
Goodbye, Wiggle.
Goodbye, Piggle.
Captain! Sorry, sir, that's not a regulation hug. Oh, sorry, sir, that's not a regulation tear, sir.
It's all right, mate. A man can't regulate his feelings. Oh, sometimes a man has to unfurl his sails and express himself.
Yes.
Stand aside. That's it, lad. Keep 'em rolling.
Are you sad, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle?
A little.
Well, why don't you try expressing yourself? That's what I do when I get upset.
That's a good idea, Piggola. I'm going to miss you, Wiggle. Thank you, Piggola. I feel much better now.
Me too.
Ta-ta!
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Piggle Wiggle. I can do with the extra illumination.
We have Piggola to thank for this bumper crop of bulbs. Oh, Howard, I just gave myself a wonderful idea. Next year, I will plant bumpers with my bulbs.
Excellent.
Oh, look how much easier it is to read this card. Dear Piggle, I am fine. How are you? Love, Wiggle.